Your mom is a bitch. My dad is a motherfucker. Help me, David. Look at the language. Look at the words. Look at the grammar. Grade 1. That's what the prosecutor claimed. My boy wrote this. Fuck you, Dad. He tried to fuck me. And it's nothing but penises and penetrations and nothing but capital sexual battery throughout. And the prosecutor claims that my boy did this. It was the end of the case for the state. The court recessed. I went back and I prepared to impeach the boys for the next day, the best I could with what I had. When I walked into the courtroom the next day, the Honorable Judge R.O. Watson stated, Mr. Fife, this is your case. It's your turn. Your defense. Call your witness. Who do you call? Your Honor, I call Tristan Unick, my son. As can be seen on page 11, 24, 25, 26, 29. The prosecution objected. What do you want to call him for? I said, Your Honor, it's my case, my defense. I want to prove my innocence. You can't do that. I'm not going to let you traumatize this young boy. I've heard enough. Call your next witness. I called Christopher Unick. What for? Because I have questions to ask him, Your Honor. You're not going to do that. I'm not going to let you do that. You're not going to traumatize these children. That's enough. Call your next witness. I had one ally in the entire court system, and it was the state attorney's investigator. He had gone all over the place in North Carolina, Florida, South Carolina, knew everything that was going on. And he kept telling me, I cannot believe what's going on. I'm going to talk to the judge. And he made it so clear that something wrong was going on that I know he lost his job over it. Anyway, I called him. I called a witness. I said, Your Honor, I called Joe Laro, state investigator. Joe Laro got up and he started to walk across the courtroom. And before he got to the stand, the judge stopped him. And he said, No, Mr. Laro, you're not going to testify. That was the end of the defense case. All I had left now is to make a closing argument. There's not much to say. I told them, the jury, I said, I'm a good father. David Rice is an animal. It's up to you now. The judge told Patrick Canan, said, Mr. Canan, make it fast. 3 minutes for closing argument. Yes, sir. And I'm going to read it, word for word. It is somewhat offensive that Mr. Fife stands before you and says he's concerned about his children and someone else has done all this to them. And he's so concerned when he's the man that's responsible. There's an old saying, as the twig bends, so goes the branch. These kids are messed up. And the reason they're messed up is because of him. He's a master manipulator. He's trying to manipulate you. He's a con, trying to con you. That was it. The jury walked out, and within 2 hours, they came back with a guilty verdict. I was found guilty. Not of a lewd act. I was found guilty of 2 counts of sexual battery. 2 counts for which I was not even charged with. It's strange to be found guilty of a crime that you're not accused of, but I was. When the honorable judge sentenced me, he had the audacity to make the following statement, and I will read it to you. Mr. Fife, yes, you did make a mistake in representing yourself. I'm sorry that you did that, because I don't know that it would have made a difference, because I don't believe I have ever had a witness in court that was any more effective than your oldest son. He's one of the brightest kids I have ever seen. And he's not only bright, he is likable, and he makes a very compelling witness. I'm not real sure that if you would have had Clarence Darrow, that's the greatest attorney in America, that you could have overcome his testimony. The day I was sentenced, I was transferred to the Florida State Prison System, where I got me a job in the law library doing research because I had a goal in mind. I was determined to prove that Judge Watson, John Tanner, and Thomas Cushman, Patrick Kinnan, and Kay Mort all participated in a fraud to convict an innocent man and to allow a dangerous, violent sex molester to go free. David Rice has never been arrested. It took me 2 years. I filed all kinds of appeals and motions and post-conviction relief, but they were all denied by good old Judge R.O. Watson. After 2 years, I found a method to go and peek in the prosecutor's file by filing under Chapter 119, which allows me to inspect and copy his personal files and records. So I wrote to him on September 23rd, 1992. 2 years after my trial. He responded on October 5th, 1992, telling me that I was welcome to send somebody to copy the files. I did get the files, and I could not believe it. It was mind-boggling that these people would leave all these documents there for somebody to read. Let me give you an example. The 34-page report filed by the 3 ladies in North Carolina was sent to the state attorney's office, Kay Mort, in Florida, on December 10th, 1990. It was sent to them by the state attorney's office in North Carolina. So they can't say they didn't have the evidence. You know, if you don't know, it's different. But when you got it and you hide it, it's a Brady violation. This document could have saved my boys and their mother. It could have saved me. And it could have taken a man off the street, a sick man like David Rice. But you see, St. Johns County was not interested in David Rice. He was out of the county. They got elections coming up. They needed a conviction. It's easier to convict a 50-year-old man on a lewd act. This document would have shown the jury. Now, don't forget, the jury never heard of this. I didn't even know. I knew it existed, but I didn't know what was in it.